Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Dun Dun 773 TV. You know you're in a place to be. Man, tonight we're gonna be jumping into this Gucci track. Everybody talking about it. So we gotta jump into it. Cut this music down for y'all. So yeah. Gucci Mane dropped a new diss track, Crash Dummies. It's been making its rounds around the internet. He's speaking on the situation that landed Pooh Shiesty back in jail. And what make it even crazy is this man just got out of jail a couple months ago, and now he's right back in there. So yeah, before we even get too deep into this, let's play the track. So we gonna preview it. I ain't gonna play too much. We don't want to get no strikes or none. But we definitely about to dive into it for a second. Because for the ones that haven't heard it, because I had some people that haven't heard it. So I want y'all to check it out.
School up.
Yeah.
It's Big Goo Wop, he say he back.
Nigga, I hate to see you up. Tell the truth, you went out like a real crash diamond. And after all that, boy, you still signed to me?
Wow.
I'm like Birdman and nigga, this my cash money. And your fat ass flunky, he a stone cold junkie. You know I got my bread up, I always keep my head up. I thought it was a business meeting, but it was a setup. I walk in the room, you can feel the pressure building. Niggas got me up the whole time they plotting against me.
Damn.
So yeah, man. He came on with it. Now, as soon as this record dropped, you got people all over the internet screaming Gucci snitching, Gucci snitch. I can't believe Gucci did that. And look, I ain't going for that because a whole lot of y'all saying that clearly don't know the history of hip hop. Rappers been doing this, been putting real situations in songs forever. Prime example, 50 Cent and Many Men. What'd he say? Homo shot me. 3 weeks later, he got shot down. Now it's clear that I'm here for a real reason. Cause he got hit like I got hit, but he ain't breathing. So we ain't call that snitching. And then on top of that, you know, not only did he snitch on the nigga that shot him, he actually implicated that he might know who had something to do with his killing. So hey man, that's what we doing. Then on top of that, for y'all that's old enough to know, 50 Cent got his rise from the Ghetto Quran. That's how he started getting buzz in New York. And the Ghetto Quran had New York streets in uproar. Them people was talking about that shit. He was naming names and situations that went on in New York. Niggas that got shot, niggas getting extorted. What we talking about here, y'all? Then you got Ether, Nas. What'd he say? And your man stab and make you take the blame. So Nas was snitching too, huh? Then you got this younger generation, the YNW Mellies, Bobby Smurder. Bobby had people quoting. Mitch caught a body about a week ago. Man, everybody used to scream that out. Them niggas caught an indictment after that. So I guess that's self-snitching. So, you know, this actually proves my point. Hip-hop has always had people putting their business out there. I don't care what kind of way you try to frame it, but people been talking about it. And let me say this too. A lot of people out here yelling, snitch, snitch, snitch. You know, either they young and dumb, they young, don't know better, or you got that 30-year-old nigga that ain't never did shit. But he ain't never did shit but own a gun. Nigga ain't never organized nothing, put nothing together. So, you know, it's levels, man. Because for real, if you really know how to move, then you know one thing, the streets move in silence. Real street movements not loud. Real streets not sloppy. Moving in the streets, when you a real street nigga, you don't expose your hand. You don't expose what you trying to do. You move on, you move behind the scenes. Yeah, and that's the thing people keep missing. This wasn't no situation where Gucci and Pooh Shiesty was out here doing drills together and Gucci turned around and snitched. They wasn't out here buying bricks, moving bricks. This was supposed to be a legitimate business meeting. A contract situation. They supposed to have a sit down, a negotiation. And instead of handling it the right way, it turned into a crash dummy behavior. Hence the name of the song. That's not gangster. That's sloppy. That's reckless. And Gucci was moving correctly. You know, he was out here to call himself moving the right way. It's not Gucci's fault. You know what I'm saying? He walked into that jam. It's not his fault that he had paid security that just so happened to be a police officer. You know, he not moving like some hot-head rapper that just got on with a 20, 30 man entourage. This is 40-plus-year-old Gucci man. He the head of the label, real businessman, a music executive at this point, with the family and real resources on the line. He's supposed to move different. Yeah, and from what's being reported, Gucci didn't just make, Gucci didn't even make a statement. From what I'm understanding, it was the off-duty police officer and the other guy that was in the mix. They say they actually choked the other guy up. So now I don't understand people trying to twist this into snitching. Gucci actually handling this the right way. Why not turn this into some content and make some bread behind it? So he's supposed to just let the internet run with it, with their narrative, and not say nothing. Man, fuck that. He did what he's supposed to do. But we gonna dive into some clips, because I got a couple clips I want to play for y'all. And it's a couple celebrities, man, with their input on what's going on. Let's see. So we gonna start with Finesse, man. Let me pull up Finesse real quick for y'all. Where y'all tapping in from? Let me know in the comments, man, where y'all tapping in from. Nia Muhammad, I see you out there. Let me get these clips on the screen. Y'all bear with me, man. I'm new here. I'll be clicking the wrong thing sometimes. All right, here we go. I want to hear y'all thoughts on this topic, though. We're going to get to it. But let's hear what these celebrities got to say. Y'all want to tune in to tap in? Y'all hear something one of these celebrities say? Y'all want to put y'all input in? Just drop it in the chat. I'll pull you up. So we're going to start with Finesse, man. See what Finesse got going.
When I did my video with Gucci Mane, I went to Atlanta and I met Gucci Mane for the first time. And we did our song, we did the video. He had one with him. It was a security guard, big tall bald head. He was a supporter. So when he met me, he embraced me like he supported me. He was like, hey bro, like me, my son, my nephew, like we embrace your music, whatever. I work for Gucci full time. He was like, but anytime I ain't working, I provide you my services because
he putting his bid in. This the security guard he talking about.
And I'm a retired police officer. That's what he said. I'm a retired police officer. With that being said, Gucci been having the same security guard for a while. So if I don't know what the f going on, but if a move got put on WAP or however it went, I don't think it's WAP the one that's talking. I don't think it's WAP the one that's pressing the issue. But the security guard, the one that's the retired police officer, You can't tell him what to do with his life. You got some who still live by the street code. I respect it. I don't respect who get in the streets, do shit, and then tell to get out of it. I don't respect it.
Yeah, that's some whole
I feel
other
like
shit.
if you did that shit, and then for real, it really be a bigger picture. It really be a bigger picture. It be money. Shiesty just came home, Shine took off. I'm talking about,
man, you can't tell this nigga. You would think he was fucked up.
Like 15, he probably up some big shit. Like, I get it, some big shit, like on no hating shit. Like, he came home, took care of being whatever his contract was, like, it was what it was. But the way he came home, the way he came out, like, he up some big shit, and he was on his way and can still be on his way. But if that security guard boy press the issue, dog,
his ass cooked.
That shit gonna
Them
get
people
ugly.
pressing the issue. Yeah, man. So that right there, he proved my point, because he and Finesse said it. Gucci moving with the police officer, and he moving safe. He moving the right way. He only moving around with one security guard, and that man is actually off-duty police officer. My bad, y'all. That's structure. That's discipline. That's how a businessman move. This ain't some artist that just got on. Like, Gucci done been out here for a while now. We gonna die to move forward, man. I think Rick Ross the next nigga up. See what Ross got to say.
About the Guwap Pooh Shiesty situation. I don't like it for either side. You know what I'm talking about? Guwap most definitely didn't deserve that, and I don't want to see this for the little homie Pooh Shiesty, but this one got to be educated and understand. In business, you got to negotiate. You got to negotiate. If you were signed for $100K and now you got 10 M's on the table, it's time to negotiate. This is how we do this. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody win. Let's go. That's how I gotta go. You can't muscle your way out of no shit and no business. It don't go that way. And I ain't just talking about on the people side, but on the other side, the blitz gonna come. You can't run from it, homie. That's the way it goes. Negotiate. It's time to educate. I want to see young hustlers from the South win. I want to see it. There was a time I got Gotti and Guwap on the phone together. Us three on the phone. And it ain't nothing to discuss. It was no disrespect. It was no raised voices. Rose just wanted to plant that seed. And I understand one phone call may not fix all the situations, but you want to plant that seed when they may be able to move forward one day, get some paper one day.
So yeah, Rick Ross made a point. And I see y'all, yeah, it's definitely a difference between dry snitching and blatantly telling. Killer, I see you. Yeah, it's a difference. He did the same thing, Sosa. That I agree with you, man. It's been going on. And Ricky Rose said it best. When you talking about business, you cannot just muscle your way out of contracts like that. Like, that's not how legitimate business work. We've seen artists sign deals, blow up. They first album go crazy. It blow bigger than it go higher than expectations. They don't walk into the label with guns talking about run me a new deal. No, they sit down, they talk, they negotiate. That's called having sense. That's having some business sense. That's not how you take care of business with that nonsense. Walking in with guns and shit. That's why Gucci was there in the first place. He was willing to sit down. He was willing to talk. He was willing to handle the business like a businessman. It's supposed to. And like Ricky Rose said, when you do things the right way, everybody can win. Gucci could still have got his percentage. Pooh Shiesty could have got whatever he worked out. And they could have kept moving forward. But now Pooh Shiesty's sitting in prison. Yeah, that's called moving like a crash dummy. This is the results. You just got out of jail. That's crazy. That's a fucking idiot, man. And I ain't gonna lie to you. And Pooh Shiesty father in the jam with him. That says a lot. Because the elders around you supposed to be giving you guidance. But if the people around you that are supposed to be guiding you are right there with you with the dumb shit, that tells you everything. Ain't no guidance. And the rose, I heard them talking about, hey, yeah, I'm planting seeds. You making peace between other niggas. Hey, man, you need to sit down with Free Ray, bro. It's been too long, man. Pay that man, and you might blow even harder after that. Man, you make shit right with Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross, you might be cool. Well, yeah, that's neither here nor there. Back to my point. If negotiations go wrong, that still does not mean you just crash out and do some dumb shit like this. That's not a street move. Like, for real, even if Gucci had signed the paperwork under pressure, it still wouldn't have been that simple. You gotta have shit notarized and all of this. Like, that ain't how that works. That just show you how ignorant these people are to business, bro. These people are dumb as shit. That was like really dumb as hell. What y'all thought y'all was finna force him into signing that shit, and then y'all just had that was that. You was gonna be released. Man, these people is fucking idiot. Man, we gonna move forward, man. I think Wack 100 has something to say, man. Let's check out Wack.
Is if you cooperate with law enforcement.
Hold on.
And is if you.
I want to see where it started. I don't want to start in the middle.
Is if you cooperate with law enforcement and give them any information or any name other than yours, then yes, you are a rat. These are the rules of the streets.
So this falls under what we just got a comment about this, right? They in the private chat, right? My bad, chat. They all can't see it. When y'all chatting, man, y'all put it in the comments, not in the private chat, y'all. So I got somebody in here, they said, it's a difference between dry snitching and blatantly telling a story right after the incident happened, right? And y'all just heard what Wack 100 said, his definition of snitching. Now, Wack 100 said, if you give law enforcement anything other than your name, you're a rat. And I'm going to say this plainly. That's a fucking lie, man. When you trying to apply that to the legitimate business setting, that shit, man, no, man, we ain't going for that. Let me explain what snitching is to y'all, right? Because it's a misconception about this. Snitching is when you get caught up in a criminal activity and then you start giving names and information about crimes you know about to reduce your time, right? If you commit a crime with somebody and tell on them to save yourself, that's snitching. If you commit a crime by yourself and tell on other crimes you have knowledge of to get a lesser sentence or to get released, that's snitching. But if somebody robs you of your goods, somebody you look outside and your car stolen or some shit, man, you file you a police report. That's nut nigga shit. So if you look outside and your car gone, you just gonna get a gun and ride around and look for it. You ain't gonna file no police report or nothing. That's ignorant shit. By that logic, man, look, it just don't make sense. And yes, for the smart people in the back, if it's rape, child abuse, pedophilia, serial killers, turn their ass in. But just it's certain, man, if you not out here in the streets, and I'm not even gonna attribute to you being in the streets, because like I say, you could be out here hustling, getting money. A nigga steal your shit. What you supposed to just go out here and just crash out? Man, y'all, man, that shit don't make sense. But let's finish listening to Wack, because he made a good little point after he said that retarded shit.
For the last 5-10 years, everywhere I seen Gucci,
wasn't the streets. A yacht, an exclusive birthday party, a weekend trip to Vegas where he's locked down in his suite, enjoying his friends, to his label. I haven't seen Gucci rolling a blunt, personally. So is Gucci still upheld to the rules of the streets? Is he a Crip? Is he a Blood? Is he a GD, a BD, a Vice Lord? Who does he hang with? I don't believe he hangs with anybody but his wife and his family. I believe he socializes and associates with his business partners and who he deems to be his friends. Listen.
Yeah, man. So Wack going with that retarded ass West Coast narrative. So you telling me if your homies, goddamn it, you got some homies affiliated with different cliques or groups or whatever you want to call it. You look outside, your car missing, right? So you should call your homies. You shouldn't call the police. You don't file a police report about your car. You just call your homies. That's a dumbass logic, bro. I don't give a fuck who you hanging with, bro. If you ain't out in the streets laying down licks with these niggas, you ain't out here hustling and shit like that, bro, you damn near a civilian. That shit don't count, man. Oh, no, I don't know, bro. But he made a point. When you look at Gucci, man, you do not really see him in the streets like that no more. When you see Gucci, he out handling business, traveling with his old lady, family. You know, he ain't really on that type of time. And that matters. So if Pooh Shiesty thought that this Gucci was going to keep it in the streets, that just show you he ain't read the room well. Like, for real. Wrong move, man. That wasn't the environment. Wrong person, wrong stage in life, bro. And y'all caught younger Gucci, y'all all probably be dead because that nigga was retarded. Now the whole injury, see how you move. So shit, you might just pack yourself up, brother. Ain't nobody gonna want to fuck with you. And the people that's gonna want to associate with you, you gonna have to watch them so hard, man, it's gonna be a slimed out party. Everybody slime balls involved. So yeah, man. I see a couple of y'all down in the chat, man. Y'all want to come up, say something, man. Let me know, man, if y'all want to chime in, man. All you gotta do is drop it in the chat. I'll drop the link. So yeah, Wack made a point, man. That man ain't read the room. I seen Charleston White had something to say about it, man. And I rarely agree with that guy. But he had a point, man. He told Gucci file all the charges. Man. I want to ask y'all in the chat. If you was in Gucci Mane's shoes, you had an artist you was signed to, would you just let him go and deal with this in the streets? How would you handle this? I want to ask a couple y'all. I'm gonna pull some people up, man. See who we got in here. DST Snoop. Yo, what's going on, bro?
Yo.
What's good, brother? Where you tapping in from?
Good, brother. Where you tapping in from? Yo.
Turn your volume down. Turn your volume down. We hear you. You there, bro? Thank God, brother, having some technical issues. Yeah, y'all let me know in the chat, though, where y'all at? I want to hear some input on this. Because the people really had a lot to say about this topic, but they, you know, when it's time to talk, you don't really get nobody to say nothing. Let me see. Try to get DST Snoop back. Yo, DST Snoop.
Yo.
What's going on, brother? You there?
What's the word? You hear me, man? You hear me loud and clear?
I hear you loud and clear, bro. Turn your volume down a little bit.
Yo.
We hear echo.
All right about right now. How that sound?
You good, bro? Where you tapping in from, brother?
Out West Illinois, man.
Oh, okay, west side of Chicago, man. We representing tonight. Man, what's your thoughts on this, man? How you feel about this, man? Do you feel like Gucci snitching, man?
Man, that nigga making money off rap. That nigga making money. More happen to his life, man. Everybody else doing.
Man,
that ain't no damn.
That's what's been going on in history of rap, man.
All they do
I agree with you.
He rapping about what happened to him, man. He ain't saying nobody. He ain't saying it to no judge. He ain't saying it to no police department. He just put this shit on wax.
He put it on wax. And I agree with you. Like I said, I made the reference. Nas did it. 50 Cent done it. And it's, man, we can't even get into the new generation. They tell on themselves every day.
Exactly. So he can't make money off his fucked up experience.
That's what I'm saying. And he ain't say in the song, hey, Pooh Shiesty did this. And they reported on multiple platforms that Gucci is not cooperating.
Exactly.
So yeah, man.
That man ain't do nothing wrong in my opinion, bro.
That's how I feel about it, bro. I feel like, hey, man.
I know who did
the internet that ran with it. Who? What'd you say, bro?
I know who did do wrong.
Who?
Pooh Shiesty and Big 30.
Man, they did something a lot wrong.
Themselves.
They just fucked themselves up. Because
them little boys just smoked themselves.
It's not Gucci they got to worry about. Like I said earlier, it's the ex police officer, and that I think it was an engineer in there. They choked him up. So I don't know, man. It ain't even Gucci they got to worry about.
And them real civilians.
They real civilians.
And them real civilians.
And you know the streets
so
I'm accustomed to.
Problem.
The streets I'm accustomed to, bro. When you move like this, it's supposed to be a rumor. It don't supposed to be facts that you did this. These people they ain't got no finesse to them. They like to use that word finesse and don't got a drop of it.
Not a lick of it. That's because they want to brag about it, bro. Want motherfuckers to know, yeah, I did that.
Clout chasing.
Super clout chasing.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man.
That nigga Gucci ain't do nothing wrong, bro. He ain't point no finger to motherfuckers. He ain't do nothing wrong.
Yeah,
sir.
I said it, man.
And
Gucci did nothing wrong, man. He did nothing wrong making this song. Hip hop has always had rappers speaking on real incidents. 50 Cent did it, Nas did it, Eazy-E did it. A whole lot of rappers have done it. So we got to stop getting selective. So
party all
you know, we got to.
Right.
You say what, Church?
Nah, you got it. Go ahead.
Sound like you was going to say something. You was going in and out. Yeah, I'm just saying they just got to stop it, man. We got to stop, being selective. A man speaking on something that happened to him, with a man sitting down trying to, it ain't like he trying to get out of jail. This man went and sat down with these young niggas under the pretense he was having a business meeting. These people that held guns to this man's head. Like, man, please, man. If I was Gucci, I would have been in the police goddamn records. I would have told them everything. I'd have showed them the text message. See, they told me they was on their way. Man, I'm a fucking record. I'm an executive. Fuck out of here. They would have been up under the prison fucking with me. Fuck out of here. There's levels to this shit. I'm gonna tell the police and I'm gonna tell my homies.
And you been wrong,
so if the police don't get your ass, somebody gonna get your ass.
Oh, that shit coming.
man, this shit crazy out here,
I
man.
feel the same way, bro, man. I feel the same way.
I had to chop it up about it, man. I appreciate you, man. We finna wrap it up, though. Anybody else want to come up? You know what I'm saying?
Love, you already know it.
Man, love, bro. I appreciate your support, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Help keeping the conversation going, man. I hope to have you back on the platform, bro.
I'm sure you already know I'm already locked in.
For sure, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, man, but yeah. We gonna have to, goddamn it, stop with the selective shit. We gotta stop with the selective shit, man. Like I said earlier, a lot of these people who is of a certain age, might be over 30, talking about, oh, Gucci wrong. Them a lot of niggas that ain't never really did shit out here in these streets, y'all. They ain't never did shit but had a gun and maybe shot a gun. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never built shit. You ain't never goddamn organized nothing. Like, you ain't never really moved out here. That's not how the streets move. We still talking about Suge Knight allegedly hung Vanilla Ice ass over a balcony. We can't even figure out how them people got them royalties. But the story out there, the shit's supposed to be allegedly. We done heard about what happened to Eazy-E. Allegedly. Man, this ain't nothing new, but it's about how you move, bro. And that wasn't the move. And to this track right here, this is not snitching. This is called A Grown Man. Man, he might as well make a profit off of it, like I said. It's all over the internet. Go on, drop you a track and make whatever you're going to make off of it. It's out there already. So, yeah, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. Was Gucci wrong for making this song? Or are people just being fake selective because it's Gucci and Pooh Shiesty? So y'all let me know, man. Shout out to the church mob, and we out.